Hey again. Um, it's been a long time again because I somehow can never keep a schedule that works for me. um, but this is supposed to be the 9-week videos for testosterone, but it's like about 9.5 weeks. 9 weeks was Wednesday. um, I think one of the most noticeable changes that you'll notice is my voice, which has been getting, I think, steadily deeper, but there are periods of a day or two where I'll feel like it's very different from the way it had been, and that's kind of interesting. I don't know, that even when I look back at old videos, like the first one I made, or like 10 weeks ago, I just had to laugh. My face was completely red when other people were looking at this too, and couldn't believe how high my voice was at the time. As compared to it is now, because it doesn't seem like it should be that big of a difference. And I never thought my voice was that high, ever, and never thought I had a high voice. It compared to now, and I guess my perception of it is very different too. So that's kind of interesting. Leg hair has been steadily creeping upward. It's about to my knees now, I think, where you can notice that it's there. I don't expect it to be absurd, like my dad's leg hair, because we're not really the same type. But it is pretty dark, and darker than a lot of people that I know. In the last 9 weeks, I have also gained about 8 to 10 pounds. Sometimes less, sometimes more, depending, but I'm smaller, so I know it's just muscle density and like hips getting smaller and everything. It's always fun too, and walking in and be like, oh wow, that's completely different. I've noticed the fluctuation in weight is very dramatic too, from day to day, even like losing 2-3 pounds in a day is possible. It was about a pound or two before, but now it's a little bit more, and I don't know if that's got anything to do with this or not, or just that it's, summer now, and it's easier to push myself a little harder. My chest is definitely, well, bigger up here, but the boobs are smaller, obviously. This one's like almost gone. I'm pretty lopsided, I don't know. But as that happens, and the tissue gets, less firm, it just feels weird. Like that extra tissue that's only in one spot now. And I'm getting a lot of chest dysphoria type stuff the last 2 weeks or so. And I don't know if the further you go along, if you guys have experienced that other things that didn't seem as big, now they're the only things, so they kind of bother you a little more. I'm getting where people have that problem now. It's not terrible, I mean, it's just annoying. Hair right here is definitely darker, and there's a little bit more of it. I'm gonna have to, get over that fear of putting a razor to my face, but one of these days it'll happen before I start looking really scummy. So it's been summer break for a couple weeks now, and the reason I've been not paying attention to this is I've had to do a bunch of medical school stuff, and I went home for a week. Well, I went to my home and then to my girlfriend's home. We split the week up. So during that week, at first I was really terrified because my parents hadn't seen or heard me in a couple weeks, so everything is different, but they didn't really treat me like it was different. Things were actually pretty great. My room was really clean and organized at home. The house was really, really nice and more beautiful than I remembered it from the last time. And I don't know, it was just a different experience than I was used to going home. I ended up having a really, really good conversation with my dad. And he was genuinely interested in why was doing this and what caused me to be this way. And I mean, he did try to relate it to stuff that was happening to me in middle school and elementary school. And he asked if it was because of what happened to me in, like, those years. And I had to explain, no, not really because of it, but the two issues existed at the same time, and it combined, it made both worse for me. And he also expressed to me, it's not an issue of, like, being that pissed off anymore. It's just, is it going to be safe, and are you doing it responsibly? And I had to explain to him, these are all the doctors I've seen, and this is what I'm doing now, and I've seen more doctors in the last couple months than I have in my entire life, probably. And I'm really informed about it, and I'm not going to do anything stupid, and he knows that my health is really important to me, and we've had this talk about that before, and just knowing that I'm this happy and he could see it, and was smiling back, and we talked a little bit, I'm like, oh yeah, things are shifting around, my voice is changing. He's like, yeah, that'll happen, it'll do that, and it was just very okay about it. And even when I said, oh, I have a bruise on my leg because I did my shot and it kind of hurt a little bit, my dad was like, oh, okay. And my mom was a little bit tense about that when I brought it up, but it's getting better, and I didn't think it would. And I guess I know that after we left, my dad, before we left, was talking to us, and he was like, if any one of you ever needs anything, just call me. And it was the two of us, like, if either one of you needs anything, my girlfriend and I, and he really cares, and they, I think, both understand, my parents, that Kelly is really a part of our family now, and I love that it can be that way, even if it's a little awkward at times, that it's getting to that point. And this whole thing has made me realize that my opinion of my father is changing, and I used to have a lot of negative opinions, and I didn't think that he really cared or had the time or concern to think about anything that was related to me, and I'm wrong about that. I was wrong about that, and I'm really happy that my dad is able to talk to me about this and is thinking about it and cares enough to try to understand it. And I feel like this is a really crucial point in my life where I can become a lot closer to my father, because I already do feel like right now I'm closer to him than I ever have been. But I also worry that things are kind of the opposite way with my mom, where we used to be really close, and now it's kind of hard to talk to her, and I don't know if it's because of something I'm doing, or it's just that she doesn't feel like she can say anything around me anymore. And I mean, that hurts, but I'm doing all that I can, I think. Just need to check again. Oh my god, I talk way too much in general. But okay, everything, little things, medical school personal statement, which is related to my being a big old tranny, is done. My name change, I'm going to the courthouse next week, and I will be the stage manager for the Pittsburgh Pride Drag King contest, which is the big city-wide thing, and I'm really, really excited about it. I'll probably make a video about the personal statement and med school kind of crap, or maybe in a little bit. But I just want to get this update out of the way, and if you have any opinions, questions, whatever, just let me know, and I'll answer them, because now it's summer and I have no job again. Alright, bye.